Tanny Games here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with a bit of a different video for you all. Today I'm actually going to be discussing Steam Next Fest. So I absolutely love Steam Next Fest. If you're on PC, I highly recommend it. Basically, Steam Next Fest is a event that Steam do where it's about showcasing demos for upcoming games and yeah, just giving people a chance to look at demos, see what's upcoming, and really kind of get an idea for what's to come in the future with gaming. And I have spent the past few days playing a ton of demos to basically go through what I think is a demo to keep an eye on for you to try over this weekend and things like that, and things that I've played that I really recommend. So why don't we get into it? So the first thing that I want to talk about is Minami Lane. Minami Lane is basically a cozy casual management sim where you basically run a lane, a little town where you basically have to customize buildings, manage shops, and basically make your villagers happy. And in order to do that, you basically have to create different streets with different shops, different attractions like ramen shops, boba cafes, bookstores, and more. And then you control sort of what's in those shops as well, just to make sure that your villagers are happy and getting what they need. So I absolutely adored this demo. I think it was really fun, and it's definitely a game that I've got on my watch list. I think it was absolutely incredible. Really fun. I highly recommend this for this Steam Next Fest. My next suggestion, and it was one of my favorites, was Minami No, which is a 2D puzzle game in which you have to reassemble broken objects that your cat knocks over. This was so fun. It really kind of reminded me of A Little to the Left in a sense, just this kind of like having to assemble things in the correct way. I really love puzzle games. I love games around cats as well. And I think it was so much fun. It literally is just like a puzzle game where you have to reassemble these objects. So really simplistic, nothing like majorly complicated in terms of gameplay, but it was really fun. It's a nice short demo, but I do highly recommend it. If you are a lover of puzzle games, absolutely add this demo to your library, give it a try, and see what you think of it. The next game that I want to talk about, or the next demo I tried, was Tell Me Your Story, which is another basically puzzle game. I'm a huge puzzle game fan, and basically you uncover lots of puzzles spread about the world. Basically it's all about your grandma Rose's history, looking into her adventures and her past life and things like that. I think it was super cute. I do think there's potential with this game. When I tried this demo, I did find that some of the puzzles were very much a click until you work it out kind of vibe. So I in some ways I struggled for it, even though it is very simple. I do think some things maybe need a bit of guidance, especially since there isn't any narrative voices in this game. But I still think overall this was a really wonderful game. The artwork is absolutely stunning. It is so beautiful, so aesthetic and everything like that. And I did love kind of like working out some of the puzzles, but like I said, some of it did take a bit of time to figure out and stuff like that. But it was a very cute game. I think there's a lot of potential with this. So again, I do recommend. The next game that I want to talk about is Kamayu. I might have pronounced that wrong. I do apologize if I have. But basically, Kamayu is a game where you basically establish a little frog sanctuary. You have to improve the biodiversity of the landscape that you're in to encourage more frogs to turn up and everything like that. It's literally a really fun game. You get to take photos of the frogs. You get to place down bits of furniture that the frogs can interact with and things like that. There's even like a little breeding thing for the frogs, so you can create different frog types and things like that. Apparently there's up to 500 different types of frogs, so there's a lot to it. There's a lot to this game. I love kind of like the artwork and the style of this. I think it's super, super cute. The frogs look adorable. Honestly, this was such a fun demo to try out, and I do really recommend it to anyone who's looking for cozy games to try this Steam Next Fest. My next recommendation of demos that you should try is Critter Crops, in which you enter the world of Mutter Island as Sylvie, a magical newfound witch with the ability to grow magical critters. And your job is to restore the island, welcome the unwelcome, and uncover the mystery of Sylvie's past. And the looks of this game are so, so cute. It honestly was really adorable. My biggest con with this demo is that it took me a while to figure things out. I think there needs to be a little bit more hand holding in this. I wasted a bunch of crops that I first grew. I planted like 9 crops and they all died because I couldn't figure out the whole watering system. It wasn't very clear to me. As soon as you work it out, it's pretty obvious and you sort of come to grips with it, but it did take me a while. And honestly, I ended up Googling it and I was looking into it and seeing people talk about glitches, and I was really panicked to begin with. But once I worked it out, it seemed so obvious. So I think there's a lot of potential with this. I just think there needs to be a bit of like hand holding with the demo and stuff like that. But aesthetically, it's super, super cute, really adorable. I had so much fun playing this. Definitely kind of like those spooky, witchy vibes, which I adore. And it was great getting my hands on this demo and trying it. So yeah, another one that I do really, really recommend. I think this game has a lot of potential. So yeah, I think you're gonna have fun with this if you're really into cozy games. My next recommendation, and honestly what was probably one of my favorites, was News Tower, which honestly, like, really didn't expect. And this is basically where you run your own newspaper, and it's basically a sort of tycoon management game based around this newspaper basically, and you have to hire journalists, printer, like everything. You kind of have to manage it all. There's even like the mafia involved and stuff like that, which is absolutely incredible and so, so fun. So yeah, I really liked it, and it was obviously a different time of year, or time in the world. I'm really bad at it. It's basically set during the 1930s, and so it's kind of cool in that sense. Like, just something that I really didn't expect and I didn't think I'd get really into. But I could sink so many hours into this game, like literally so many. And this is just the demo, and I wanted to go on and on and on and on. Like, I was so gripped by this, and yeah, it's definitely a time sink kind of game, but it was so much fun. Definitely, this is one of my biggest recommendations. It was such a fun game to try out, a really great demo, and this is really high on my watch list because this was so, so much fun. So this demo, I really do recommend you try this weekend. My last demo recommendation, which was a very, very short demo, like super short, But something that I feel has a lot of potential is Duck Detective, The Secret Salami. Oh my god. Okay, I randomly came across this when I was looking through all the demos, and I was like, give this a try. It looks interesting. And it was so much fun. It was so hilarious. I really enjoyed it. So basically in this, you are a duck detective who's down on his luck. And basically you have to use your powers of deduction to inspect evidence, fill in the blanks, and bust the case wide open. It's a narrative mystery adventure where nothing is quite as it seems, and it was so fun. It was really easy, like none of it was particularly hard, which I'm very much of the gaming category that I like stuff to be easy. You know, I don't like stuff to be too difficult. And this was easy to get to grips with in terms of the controls, even looking for things like evidence and stuff like that. Was super duper fun, really easy going, just a really fun, chill game. Honestly, I adored this so much. It was so fun, so unique, something that I don't really think I've seen much of. Like this was so good. Honestly, this was my biggest surprise out of all the demos I played. I couldn't believe it. It was so good. So just to round up my thoughts on the demos I've tried, all of them were really good. I think the ones I'm most looking forward to are Minami No, Minami Lane, News Tower, that was so good, and Duck Detective. They are my top 4 picks, but all the games or demos that I've recommended today are all really good. So I think you're gonna have fun with a lot of them. If you do play on PC, you have access to Steam. I highly recommend checking out Steam Next Fest because they really have a great variety of games, no matter what kind of genre you're into, that you can try these demos for games that are coming out soon over the next year or so. And yeah, I think it's definitely worthwhile checking out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit different from what I normally do, but I do like to review demos over Steam Next Fest. I've done it before on my channel. I have a whole playlist about demos that I've played and tried, and I think it's a great way for you to get an idea of what's upcoming and also just try out games before they're fully released just to see if they're going to be your vibe or not. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. Let me know if you're going to be trying out any demos this Next Fest over this weekend, and I will see you all in the next video.